Slowly his numbers keep creeping up. I'm never letting y'all know that I really want this. And I wouldn't do what T.O. did either, but I'm glad he did do what he did because it's like, man, to hell with y'all. Y'all know my talent. Y'all know my ability. And guess what? You can erase the banners in Michigan, but you can't delete them games from my mind. You can erase, you can get mad at him for the Don. You can say he mistreated Don Nelson, but a bunch of other people got into it with Don Nelson. So maybe the common denominator is Don Nelson. You can say that you can't deny that he turned Washington around. You can't deny that Washington and Sacramento have never been the same since Chris Webber went packing. So if that's not a Hall of Famer, then don't nobody need to be in. Point blank, period. If you want to hold it over his head, Chris Webber, keep suffering in silence. Do not allow them to terrorize you with something that you deserve. You're probably richer than you ever thought you were going to be. You have more fame. You have more acclaim. And you have the respect of your peers and the fans. If people don't understand that, to hell with them. Again, next topic. Settling for jump shots. When did we remove the term settling for that shot from our vocabulary? When did we remove that? When did we move that from our daily conversation? Now all people do is shoot threes or dunks. Mid-range is why Michael Jordan is the greatest. Mid-range is why Kobe Bryant is in the conversation. Mid-range is why Dwayne Wade is in the conversation. Because mid-range jump shots rule the world. It looks real good shooting them threes on the highlights. But guess what? When you can terrorize people in that 16 to 18 foot range and in, you can play basketball as long as your body will hold up. Point blank, period. I hate the new NBA that just shoots threes all the time, and it's just, hey, three. Get the hell out of here, man. Enough with the damn threes. Please, stop settling for the jump shots. It looks good, but that's not basketball. That's video game. And I know this nonsense. Well, this is the new NBA. No, it ain't. It's playing no basketball. Put the ball into the rim. I don't give a damn what sport you play. It's about attrition. If you can enforce your will on somebody else, you win. Impose your will on the defender and you win. If it's boxing, if the dude in front of you get tired, you're going to knock him out. If it's football, if the defense, you always hear about the defensive line being gassed. That's because the offensive line has imposed their will upon him. You hear about quarterbacks and their line of vision. You start off looking up. You get hit, it goes down. You hit, it goes down a little bit more. After the third or fourth hit, you look at the offensive lineman last name instead of looking downfield for your receiver. You have imposed your will on that quarterback. Basketball. Put the ball on the wood and blow past somebody. Make them defend you to the rim and potentially foul you. When they defend you to the rim, that takes energy from them. They foul you. That's another way to get them off the floor and you win. It's basketball, people. It's not chess. It's checkers. It's not chess. It's checkers. It's not hard to do. But y'all can keep listening to mainstream radio and not listen to X Squad, not listen to Realcast, not listen to New Max, and keep getting that felonious information about sports. So all you can do is sit around your friends and Google and tell them how many points he got. Or you can look at a basketball team play and see what you see, look at what you're seeing and understand, hey, it's not about the highlights, it's about the W's. Like Jungle just said, it's about playing to win the game, but it's more than one way to win the game. Because I don't give, Patty Mills just hit this stupid ass 3-point shot, but at the end of the day, the only good thing came out of that is the dude got the foul. You are potentially taking somebody off the court, which is a good thing. There is no strategy in basketball anymore. It's just pull up from three. Nobody's getting tired. And it's kick it out for a 22-foot shot, which that's why these guards getting all these goddamn rebounds instead of dominating the game. Brooklyn played hard, but it wasn't good enough today. No, it wasn't. Brooklyn needs a go-to guy, G-Money. If Brooklyn gets a go-to guy, you know the irony in that Brooklyn thing, G-Money? Imagine if LeBron James played on the Brooklyn Nets. They damn near be unstoppable. They have the ability to hit the three. They moving the ball. They got a point guard that you can trust. If LeBron James played for the Brooklyn Nets, they damn near be unstoppable. But It's just, this leads me to another point. And I'm going to hit this point, then I'm going to finish my list. The final, or another point in basketball is this: the Golden State Warriors. The Golden State Warriors is one of the best basketball teams I've seen in a very long time. They operate like a well-oiled machine. But they playing against a bunch of sissies and dummies that don't know how to play basketball. That's why their play looks elevated. Is Steph Curry a Hall of Famer and one of the best players I've seen in my lifetime? Yes, he is. Klay Thompson, I've seen that 1,000,001 times. Very good ball player, but I've seen Klay Thompson 1,000,001 times. Hey, if you don't believe me, what's the difference in Klay Thompson and Dan Marley? I don't see it. Or what? One of them white. One of them got two white parents. One of them got one. That's the only difference. That's the only difference. Dan Marley plays some good D. Klay Thompson plays good D. Dan Marley wasn't doing nothing off the dribble. Klay Thompson ain't doing a whole lot off the dribble. Dan Marley was hitting the threes. He hitting the threes. He's Dan Marley. So I've seen that before. Draymond Green is a very versatile Swiss Army knife of a player. Love him to death. He's my style of ball player. But we've seen that before too. We've seen it in a better version. We used to call him Ron Artest. He's a poor man's Ron Artest. Ron Artest could facilitate. Ron Artest could defend just about any position on the floor. If y'all don't remember, before he got in that trouble, Ron Artest used to give LeBron James the blues. So we've seen this before, but due to the inability to think your way through a basketball game, the NBA has lost it. That's why I say, man, I said this on Twitter a couple of nights ago, and I'm going to say it today on air. The Golden State Warriors could not beat teams of the 80s and the 90s and not due to the physicality. It's because Michael Jordan, you could put Klay Thompson on Michael Jordan, but who going to stick the rest of these guys? You know what? Forget the Bulls. Because they don't stand a chance against the Bulls. They don't stand a chance against Ron Harper would have shut down Steph. Or other, you had other guys that would have shut down Steph. But let's not even talk the Bulls. Let's talk the Phoenix Suns. You got Klay and Marley. Cancel out. Kevin Johnson would have put too much pressure on Steph. Then you got Frank Johnson coming off the bench. You got Richard Dumas. You got Tom Chambers, David West. I didn't say he was on this level. What? You know what? I am. You know what? Correction. He is on this level, RC. What's different about him? What's different? Klay sucks off the dribble. Marley wasn't nothing off the dribble. Marley, his jumper better, but they the same dude. They specialty guys. They are specialty guys. We've seen Klay Thompson 1,000,000 times in the NBA. That's my point. He's not doing anything special. They couldn't beat the Seattle Supersonics with Hersey Hawkins and Gary Payton and Ricky Pierce and Detlef Schrempf and Eddie Johnson and Sean Kemp and that crew and Aaron McKee. They couldn't beat that crew. These dudes are very good ball players playing around a bunch of dummies. These guys, they passing up dunks. Yeah, he couldn't do it. Them drugs got him beat. But I'm just saying that in that window, if that Phoenix Sun team played this Golden State Warriors team, they couldn't beat them. I don't think they could beat the Jazz with that sorry-ass Karl Malone. I don't think they could beat the original Supersonics with the young Tom Chambers, the Xavier McDaniel, Nate McMillan, and Dale Ellis Supersonics team. I don't think they could beat them. Because that you had to play offense and defense and be able to execute your offense. Draymond Green is not going to be able to D up Sean Kemp. He will get his ass dunked on an insane amount of times. And Sean Kemp actually had game. He couldn't stop Ricky Pierce. He couldn't stop Eddie Johnson. And Dan Marley, and Klay and Hersey. Hersey may not have been able to shoot as well as him, but Hersey was an all-star as well. So, it's just, hey, man, I respect the Golden State Warriors, but the 90s Bulls, the 80s Lakers, the 80s Celtics, the Pistons, the Sixers, those teams would have had their way. Andrew Toney would have turned Klay Thompson hair white. The Boston Strangler would have took his lunch money. Ain't none of that nonsense with Mo Chiefs on the floor, man. I'm sorry, it's not going to happen. And you put Draymond Green on Moses Malone, it wouldn't have been no barbecue chicken. It would have been Old Country Buffet. It would have been what's this new one? Another buffet joint that they be on. The one Deion Sanders do. It would have been a sad situation. Let's not forget, LeBron James almost took their lunch by himself. LeBron James would have took their lunch. I'm not even talking different league. If you could, I'm not even talking about the physicality. RC. I'm just talking about straight basketball. No hard fouls. I'm talking about straight basketball. These dudes, like that. If you watching the game, you just saw somebody drive to the hole, get to the rim, and pass it out. Old school ball players would have tried to dunk it on you, or you're going to have to block this layup. That's what I'm talking about. That's just not smart basketball. You drive to the rim like this, and you pass. That's exactly. There's no way Gerald Wilkins would have tried to lay that ball up backward. Gerald Wilkins would have been trying to dunk on that guy. Even the David Robinson pre-Tim Duncan Spurs with Willie Anderson, Rod Strickland, Sean Elliott, they would beat the hell out of these guys. And it's not a knock against the Golden State Warriors. It's just the difference in knowing basketball and knowing and playing in the league today. These guys are not basketball players. They are a bunch of very good athletes, in my opinion, that play basketball for a living. That's what this kid Murray is doing, or whoever is that Gary Harris Jr. What Gary Harris Jr. is doing, is how they used to play basketball back in the day. You are going to foul me at this rim, and I'm going to hit these damn free throws. Point blank, period. I'm not finna settle for this jump shot. I'm not finna let you do what you do best. Just like the term that they use with the Patriots, you're going to have to beat me left-handed. Gary Harris Jr. did exactly what I'm talking about. The dude who defended me just got a foul. And now that he got a foul, not a problem. He got a foul, and then now he's tired and got a foul. If I could do this 4 or 5 more times, or 3 or 4 more times, or it's the fourth quarter. If I could have done this 4 or 5 more times throughout the game, we'll beat you because your ass is watching. That's all I'm saying, man. The fact that, like today, when the Brooklyn Nets got Joel Embiid and Jimmy Butler kicked out the game. Jimmy Butler kicked out the game. They thought they won. But it's a game of attrition. That's all I'm saying. And speaking of Joel Embiid, you know what? Let me finish this list before I go any further. It is the Supreme Court with the new theme song. Now, I'm going to start at the bottom of the list. Number 9 is Steph Curry. Number 8 is Paul George. Number 7 is Bill Simmons. Number 6 is Joel Embiid. Number 5 is Damian Lillard. And Kevin Durant is number 4. Number 3 is Kawhi Leonard. Or what is his name? Kawhi Leonard? Damn. What the hell? Yeah, Kawhi Leonard. I think that's his name. Kawhi Leonard. The reason I put Kawhi Leonard over Kevin Durant is Kawhi Leonard doesn't let these small ancillary things bother him. And the fact that he does not let these things bother him impresses me more than all the ability that KD has. Because you never know when this dude is going to lead the reservation. You know, I'm not really shooting. I'm just playing in the game. Bro, you know what's going on. We trying to win. We trying to do this. We trying to do that. We trying to win. So Kawhi Leonard has a single focus, attempting to win at all costs. Whether you like him or not, he does not get involved with the media. He does not get involved with the hype. If you give him an award, cool. If you don't, that's cool too. Point blank, period. Kawhi Leonard, in my opinion, is tougher than Kevin Durant. That's why I put him in front of Kevin Durant. It has nothing to do with ability. It has everything to do with what's between his shoulders. Number 2 is my favorite player in the National Basketball Association. He goes by the name of James Harden. James Harden, since this Golden State Warrior run, has finished in the top 3 in MVP every year, 3 to 5 every year. We got this nonsense about playing defense. Again, I've yet to see nobody question Bird, Magic, the Doctor, Bernard King, and a bunch of Dominique Wilkins D when you talk about their greatness. So please don't kid me with that greatness nonsense with him. Let's not forget, the year that this whole run started with the Golden State Warriors, Dwight Howard missed 40-some games.